Hello everybody, this is Danny giving my review of Kingsman, The Golden Circle. Just coming out of the theater. It's kind of windy out here. Trying to get some light. There we go. Kingsman, The Golden Circle. Just saw it. I'm in the parking lot of my local theater, and I just thought I'd do my review real quick while it's fresh. I will say, for those of you who are going to try and see this movie without seeing the first one, I feel like the makers of this movie assume that you've seen the first one only a couple times. The first kind of 10 minutes is just a joyride. A while back we had Baby Driver. It's the same way. Just a lovely little car chase to get you started. And then after that it gets into the relationships and the people and the characters that you should just kind of know. So if you get a little confused because you didn't see the first one, then that's why that's going to happen. Other than that, the movie is just non-stop. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I haven't liked many of the superhero movies that we've had this year. Spider-Man was garbage. Wonder Woman was uneventful. I'm sorry, but I just haven't cared for him. Batman vs. Superman even. I did not care for that. I slept through most of it. So, this movie is up there, people. This is non-stop action. This is complete and utter amazement of a storyline with twists and turns and violence and gore and comedy and sex. Anything you could want is in this movie. I don't know why people haven't seen the first one, but you need to see the first one immediately and run out and see this one. I'm giving it a total A+ because it is just leaps and bounds above other movies of this kind of humor and action. I mean, for humor, I'm thinking Hot Tub Time Machine. For action, I'm thinking better than Fast and Furious. I hate to say that because we all know how good Fast and Furious is. But this is up there. You guys have got to see this movie. I'm going to own this as soon as it comes out. I might go and see it again tomorrow. I loved it so much. I got to see it in IMAX. That's a real joy to be able to see it like that. I had a lot of teenagers around me, and most of them were on their phones. Maybe, during the movie and stuff, but they were focused. And I heard a couple behind me just kind of talking about things. People are interested as you go. You're like, wow. You're like, oh, man, I can't believe that. Oh, who is that person? I mean, you're like invested in this movie completely if you go and see it in a theater. So I totally, the action, the technology in this movie is amazing. Some things that we would never think of. That's what Kingsman kind of does for you. It's just surprise you. So please, what else? Honestly, just it has a couple things from the first one that are gonna bring you back. Like, oh, they're kind of doing that again, but it turns it. It's not just the same old thing, and it's not what you're thinking of either. So I think, spoiler alert, I think how they explain Colin Firth's situation, for those of you that are Kingsman followers and have seen the first one, you know what I'm talking about. In the second one, I think they explain it just fine. And part of it is because they have such amazing technology in this movie that they just kind of whisk it aside. But it does draw on a little bit for a couple scenes. But once it gets figured out, you're just like, wow. Ending, to be honest, as an avid movie watcher, I did not see coming. I think they deal with the villain appropriately. I think she is just kind of like on a level of villain with some of the crazies out there, like Scarecrow in the Batman movie. Joker, I mean, if you buy into what this villain is doing in this movie, you appreciate how good it was. So, again, my name is Danny. I love Kingsman movies. I hope they make another one. I'm kind of sorry that Channing Tatum was in this movie, but it looks like he might be a focus in the future. So please go and see Kingsman. And if you liked my review, or have you go watch any of my other reviews, please hit subscribe. And I'm going to keep them coming. I just like to see some movies in theater, and I just had to make my review about Kingsman right away. The Golden Circle, go see it. Enjoy your movies, guys. Thanks.